I strategically called my podcast Low Carb and Fasting. And I always emphasize, to my group, lower carb. Don't call it low carb. Don't ask for a definition. Don't ask me how many carbs you should eat. Each person is different. Just lower your carbs. If I tell someone who's eating 200 grams of carbohydrates, lower it to 20 grams, the success rate isn't going to be high. It's not going to be high. But if I tell them, hey, you can lower it, like, 3 pieces of toast, how about 2 pieces of toast and have another boiled egg in the morning? Like, just little twist, and everyone can do it. And suddenly then it becomes something doable for them. And carbohydrate tolerance is so very different. I mean, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I have to manually inject insulin for every carbohydrate I eat. So, and that's an impossible task. So, I mean, if you're not diabetic, but Casey, you're not, right? I mean, your pancreas does an amazing job. It knows exactly how much insulin to produce to regulate your blood sugars and to keep your blood sugars steady all day long. I have to do that. I have to act like a working pancreas myself. I have to do that manually. It's a difficult task. So for me, I try to keep my carbohydrates as low as possible. I completely avoid sugars. In fact, I love the carnivore diet because that's as close to zero carb as possible. But when I do eat carbs, they're usually salads and low carbohydrate vegetables. For me, it has to be, my carbohydrate limit has to be very, very low because I have to manage it with insulin. I have to then become my own, pancreas. And that's an easy task. But for someone else, who's, otherwise perfectly healthy and fit and perhaps even, 30 years younger than I am and engaged in, team sports or whatever, I mean, they don't necessarily have to limit their carbs to the extent that I do. So we're all very different, right? But I think as a general population, we can all benefit from lowering our carbohydrate content, completely eliminating processed carbs, and avoiding sugar. Yeah. I mean, if we can all do that, we will all benefit. Now, how low you can go when it comes to carbohydrates is, depends on your age, your health status, etc. But we can all benefit from eliminating the processed carbs, sugar, and limiting carbohydrates.